Hello everyone. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I know we've been doing a lot of our bead videos, but today we're going to be talking about one of our favorite blends that we have for our candles, as well as some of our other products. If you didn't know, we do have a full moon coming up at the end of this week, so we're going to talk about our full moon products. Personally, we have them available we've got spray for altar cleansing. We've got our standard candles. We do them with specific moons as well, including blue moons and other things like that. We do also have this scent available in our jojoba oils that we have and our salves. We've got that full moon as well. And honestly, because it's super skin safe, we can use them for pretty much any product that we have. But the first thing that we are going to talk about with those is that we use a lot of water energy herbs for them. Our three main herbs that we use, three big boys, we've got sandalwood powder, which is a nice little powder there. It smells great. This is in fact powdered sandalwood, which is a tree. It is, I believe, sacred in India. This is what is typically used for any of those sandalwood incense that you're going to get. Now, I know we typically use the powder, but some different Western style workings call for actual chips or pieces. So that's going to be this. This is specifically red sandalwood versus like yellow sandalwood. It's wood. Those little bits of wood that is usually ground down. I know that sandalwood can be carved into like sacred beads and stuff like that. But this is our main wood component that we use for our full moons. Now the next thing that we use is going to be the leaf component. For that, we use eucalyptus. Another fun thing. Now, these guys can be a bit of a pain because they have like a sticky gum residue on the outside sometimes, so they can be a bit obnoxious to work with. For at least two, I'm not sure about the sandalwood, but I know for our others you can use just an oil, an essence to work with, but we do also like to have pure eucalyptus in there as well, which means that our full moon does also help to keep all kinds of pests and buggy boos away as well. Again, lots of water energy and lots of feminine energy for that. And the third is going to be the flower portion. We use dried jasmine flower. Now, of course, because you lose the beautiful scent, sort of, they still smell lovely. You lose like the true jasmine scent when you dry them out like this. I have used fresh jasmine, but of course you do have to worry about them decomposing if you don't dry them. So I prefer to use the dried because it makes it a little more shelf stable for all of our products. But these jasmine are absolutely lovely. And once again, these are a feminine water. Now, this is our personal choice of things. You can also use gardenia instead of jasmine. Some places say that you can use a pinch of aloe as well. You can also just use essential oil for any of these products, or any of these, they're not product, it's natural herb, spice, flower, leaf, wood. You can use essential oil for any of those. And we do have some other little additives that go into our candle aside from those three, but those are our preferred three, especially for our candle, because they work really nice and they don't burn horribly when you get down to the bottom. We always want to make sure that our candles are safe, even if you do have that incense flare up at the bottom, which is why I don't like to use aloe, because I don't really know how it reacts to fire. But those are typically for our full moons. Now, if you're liking a full moon for something, you know, you want to get one, you want to know what it's good for. We use those and recommend it for increasing psychic powers and abilities like that, but mainly they're really, really good for intuitive dream energy. Now, the reason I say that is because we always add a little moonstone chip to the bottom, and moonstone is specifically good for those intuition type dreams, intuitive energy as well as passion, but mainly it's good for almost like prophetic dreams, premonition type stuff through dreaming. But you can also use them to help fulfill different wishes that you have, and you can use them just in general celebration. So that's a little bit about just what we use personally for the full moon. Again, you can also use any kind of gardenia. It's going to be very similar type of waxy flower to a jasmine. And you can also use a pinch of aloe. I don't recommend that. Just, it's got the gel in there, and that's just kind of weird. But those are the typical main things that we use for that. Now, I know that this is kind of quick, short, and sweet. We do recommend, if you want to know where we got the basis for our candle stuff. Give me one moment. We picked up this book, and this is what, this is more of a supplemental as far as our candles go, but this is what we use. I don't know if you can see it, this big reflection. This is what we've been using to kind of supplement our candle making knowledge. We kind of got a weird grassroots start for most of our stuff, and I know that most of our stuff is actually not in here because we use typically Houdon or voodoo blends for our different herbs, which is why we have a crown of success instead of a prosperity candle, which I think there's probably a prosperity candle in here somewhere. But this has all manner of fun stuff. If you're into more the new age, if you're into like the elements, it's actually got a whole section, and of course I had it, for your moons. Where does it start? Oh my goodness. There we go. Celestial candles. This is a whole segment just for sun and moon candles, which is super, super cool. It's got great descriptions. It talks about the different phases of the moon, which are represented as the mother, or as the maiden, the mother, and the crone, which is always fun because that's more like the old magic, the old way. So it's really nice to see that still coming over in even into the new age stuff. And of course, there you go. There's your full moon candle. Definitely do white wax on that one. And it's also got all different kinds of things. Dark moon, which is what they say is when it's in complete darkness, which is going to be basically the new moon, but like absolute new, because sometimes the new moon, which I think is here, is usually when it first starts to peek into that new moon. But yeah, they got all kinds of stuff. We got one for waxing and waning, just standard, your blue moon, which we do have these available as well, and we do use a different kind of moonstone for these ones. Hey, yeah, what else is in here? I know they've got like eclipse stuff. Oh, there's a black moon candle. Yep. Let's see. Oh, and then your sun candles, and then eclipses, lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, and then it jumps into your zodiac and planetary. Yes, there are candles specific for your zodiac, which is really, really cool. And that's literally just one chapter out of this whole book. There's so much nifty stuff in here. I absolutely adore it, and I highly recommend this one. This is a good one if you're interested in getting into candle magic. It was so difficult to find an actual book on candle crafting. I don't know why, and I know like this is paraffin. This is a type of paraffin candle. This is what you'll typically see versus the soy, which is what we use. But this was super interesting, and I was so glad to get this. I know it's not the types of candles I make, but just talking about like different ways and when. It's got good timing. It's got a whole section somewhere in here. There's a whole section on like how to time stuff and what the different days of the week do to help out with that. It's got a small thing about the different candle colors, which is also helpful because I know with some of my candles I'm like, well, I mean, green or a different kind of green or another one that's kind of green. Like, what do we do here? And it's like, oh yeah, you could also use gold. You could also use red. You could also do this for that. You could also do that for that. So it also talks about the different colors of candles and stuff like that. Highly recommend. It was a pain in the butt to find, but that's that one. This is what we consider one of our lesser Bibles. We've got our big Houdon book with all of our herbs and stuff, because that's really where we started, is with the herbs and things like that. But that is going to be enough of me gushing over this book and how much I love it, which honestly, that's the real reason why I wanted to do this video. I know there's a full moon coming up and it's great and everything, and I love my herbs and things, but I really do want to share some of the knowledge and some of the books that have helped me get there, because I've gotten some that I'm like, okay, it's a little helpful, and then I get others and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the recipe that I was given ages and ages and ages ago, and that's exactly how we make it. It exists in a book and I have it, and I don't have to worry about if I lose my original grimoire that has all my recipes in it. So that's always nice. We'll talk about that one at another point. That's a green witchery book, because we are all over the show. And honestly, you don't have to put yourself in one path. You can always spread and learn and bring in new, because you never know. Like, I did not expect that someone like myself was going to be more drawn into the Houdon side of things. Didn't expect it. That's where it ended up. A lot of my practices go back to like the African 7. But I didn't expect that. Not what I anticipated. Apparently this year, though, I'm going to have to talk to Athena about some things. So we've got some more learning to do. Maybe we'll talk about that in another video. But as for today, if you liked our little short form here today, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. It's totally free. No harm in there. And that way we know that you like this new and different content. If you want to know what we're going to be doing in the future, you don't have to have a full moon candle just to have prophetic dreams. You don't have to have a whole, cup of bay leaf. Just go ahead and hit that bell. Big old ding right on that bell. It's going to tell you when we've got new uploads. Right now we are trying to keep it to once a week on Wednesdays. We'll see where that goes. Also, if you're curious about some of the other stuff that we're up to, go ahead and check out our channel. We've got all manner of stuff. We've got some different playlists of different things. I know we've got a lot of bead workings right now. If you want to kind of learn more about the stones, we do still have a lot of stones that we have not gone over. There are so many stones out there. So hey, if you've got a stone and you want us to talk about it, go ahead and leave a comment below. I read every single comment that we get, so go ahead, leave a comment down there. And if you've got something specific you want us to talk about, hey, let us know, and we'll do what we can. But we'll see you in the next one.